Welcome back, folks, to the Branson Convention Center today for the Center of Cornhole Universe, first ever American Cornhole Organization Pro Series qualifier here on Stadium Sports Network. I'm Marcus, new guy, Y Brewer, here with my buddy Chris Seabags. We're going to be calling this game for you today, coming to you live from Branson, Missouri. We have, unfortunately, folks, in the losers bracket, Aaron Kandler versus Mike Bulldog Schaffer from Michigan. Also from Michigan, Aaron Kandler.
Mike Schaffer is actually from Ohio.
He was born in Michigan.
Oh, born in Michigan.
But now he's from Ohio.
Now he's from Ohio.
Aaron Kandler's from Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike Schaffer's actually one of the oldest members of the ACO. He actually is probably he's probably the first member of the ACO.
He started when they started.
He probably started with Frank when he had 3 people. You know,
he's one of 3.
It was him, Frank, and,
whoever else.
His son.
Was his son old enough?
I don't know. That's something we have to ask Frank. So, they're doing a down and back right now, so we're going to see which one of these Bulldogs come out on top. And, Aaron has been throwing these bags pretty well today. He had a tough loss earlier, but he's still been throwing them pretty consistent. And we're going to see which one of these guys can come out on top. And Aaron's got the blue bags, Mike Schaffer with the red. Who do you got, Marcus?
Well, I think I'm probably going to take my mullet brother there, Aaron Kandler, because of his hairstyle.
Of course, you got to stick together.
And you're going to take Schaffer.
I have to, because we have to stick together,
Well, hair versus no hair.
Short, bald guys stick together. That's all I can take.
I got Kandler, you got Schaffer?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're buying beers. Loser buys beer.
Water. We buy water around here.
Afterwards.
We buy water.
We are here in Branson, Missouri,
takes 3.
and we are sponsored by Local Canopies, Hampton Farms Peanuts, and Tahoe Jerky.
Don't forget about Pitfall. If you ain't played Pitfall, it's a good game to play.
Pitfall is a great game.
Yeah.
Dice meets cornhole. Still the same distance, 27 feet.
You just can't go in the hole.
Can't go in the hole, it's -3.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Pitfall. And, let's get back to the cornhole game here, Chris, which is what folks are going to see.
Aaron throws off to the left, leaves it wide open for the middle, and Mike Schaffer obviously goes straight at the middle.
It's interesting to see both of these guys throwing the slick side down bags. If you don't know about cornhole bags, sanction bags, we get 2 sides, and we got a sticky side and a slick side. And what side do you prefer, Chris, most of the time?
Well, it just depends. It depends on what bag I'm throwing, really. Honestly, most of the time I'm throwing sticky side down, but it just depends on what bag I'm actually throwing. If I'm throwing a Reynolds, a real sticky bag, I'm probably going to throw the slick side. But today we're actually playing with the Pro Series ACO bags, and right now, really, each one of them is not really playing any strategic as part as the game goes. They are literally just going hole for hole, see who messes up first, and really, there's just been a lot of mess ups so far.
It's kind of one of those games to see who's gonna make the last shot, who's gonna mess up,
who's gonna miss,
who's gonna miss first.
Who's gonna miss first?
Neither one of these players are really fancy as far as we say fancy. Like we see some of the younger generation throw the roll bag. They step out. They go for the airmail. These guys are pretty old school, as we just down the middle and burst to 21.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron's going to pick up. Ooh, he picked up 5. I thought he was going to pick up 7 right there, the way he was throwing the bag. And Mike Schaffer obviously had that one off to the left side. He's kind of,
Chris,
it's been a while since he's played, too. So I mean, it's one of those things you got to stay in the groove.
I think if Kandler put those glasses on, it might help him zone in, maybe like a Cyclops deal. He's got those sunglasses on the top of his head. It's more like an accessory, but maybe if he put them on.
If he put them on, I probably couldn't see the board because I'd be staring at his sunglasses the entire time because it'd be light hitting me, and I'd be like, man, I'm blinded. I can't see nothing. So I don't know what's going on.
So Kandler with the sunglasses on his head, and Schaffer has his accessory is his phone on his hip. I wonder if that kind of helps him
I'll tell you right now, if I had my phone on my hip, I'd hit it every time.
I'd hit it every time, Bags.
Mm-hmm.
But Schaffer, he's locked in, and he knows where that phone is at all times, and it ain't leaving him.
Looks like Kandler picked up a few more there.
These guys are coming out of the loser's bracket, but they're working their way back to have a spot in the winner's bracket for that $20,000 purse, which is what the winner gets in singles.
They gotta work their way back to the top 8 really today, and the top 8 will be moving on to Sunday for that opportunity to play for that $20,000.
Right, and Kandler says that he would just buy a round of drinks for everybody with the 20 grand. So
yeah.
I think I'd be in on that.
Yeah,
there's
real expensive waters here, you know.
And Schaffer says he doesn't really have anything that he wants to spend it on. He would just save his money.
Interesting.
He'd probably a good investment just to save 20 grand and maybe use it as you go.
Well, you know, if I won 20 grand, I'd probably save it too. I'm not real sure what I would do.
Chris, if you were good enough to win 20 grand, then I'd be right there with you.
Well, if you were good enough to win 20 grand, you wouldn't be sitting in the booth next to me.
Well, I guess that's why we're here. Back to the game, folks. Kandler with a 15-6 lead over Mike Schaffer. Kandler starts out with a slick side bag and
over to the left.
A little off to the left and
a wide open hole, and Mike misses it off to the right. Well, we're going to see who can hit the middle now.
That bag right there is probably going to use as a ricochet bag and just kind of
go right
as a focal point, if you know
absolutely.
what I mean.
It's a backboard.
Kind of a backboard, but on the side, a sideboard.
Yeah.
Sideboard bag.
Mike goes in, we get a wash.
Wash it up, or a lot of people call it a push. Same thing. Wash,
either way,
push,
nobody scored.
Cancellation.
Don't matter.
Yeah. Nobody
if you
scores.
can add, folks, nobody got anything at home.
Add, subtract. Cornhole's just simple math.
Yeah. Well, we say simple, but we got a lot of friends that can't count that way.
I would have been a lot better at math in school if we would have got to play cornhole at recess.
I'm telling you. You can learn subtraction and addition real fast in cornhole.
Real quick. Folks, it's recess time. I'm going to the cornhole boards.
Absolutely. And Mike Schaffer is off again to the left over here, leaving the right side of the hole wide open for Kandler. He matches his bag up to the left side. So now we're going to see what Mike Schaffer does with this. Does he try to push it in and go in with both bags, or what's he try to do? What do you think? Lay him behind?
I think he's probably going to try to clean them all up.
That's what I would think. But he's shot the airmail. Interesting. That's an interesting choice. I probably would have pushed and tried to take them all in.
Yeah, he throws it on that sticky side, which kind of hangs up a little bit, but it also hangs Kandler's bag up.
Oh, wow.
And Kandler throws on the stick side, which also hangs up.
Hangs up. It's in the hole. It's sticking straight up.
It's not in yet.
It ain't in, but it's sticking straight up in the hole.
Still gives him 4 points there, and what a swing, 19-6. Kandler up on Mike Schaffer. Both good players here, both trying to work their way out of the loser bracket to get that grand prize that everybody has their eye on of 20 grand, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't forget about the 20 grand. Who could? And so, you know, there's also got to be a lot of pressure in this situation, especially knowing that you have the opportunity to get to the top 16 to play for the 20 grand, and knowing you've already lost one, you're in the losers bracket, you're still in it, but there's a lot of pressure as far as everything goes, and so you got to come back, hold your composure, and just play the game that you know you can play. And it's all about who can play this game the best, whose bags are falling in on that particular day. And Kandler seemed to do that. Mike Schaffer has an opportunity, though, to take both bags and go in. And instead, Kandler picks up 2, wins the game. It's 21-6.
That's going to be the game. Schaffer just couldn't get the last bag to go there, folks. And Aaron Kandler's going to win that one 21-6. And he hypes up the crowd there, Seabags. That's what we like to see.
I'm telling you, we give a big hype right there for Aaron Kandler. Way to go, Aaron Kandler, with that win over Mike Schaffer.
We thank y'all for joining us here at Stadium Sports Network. We'll be back for the best cornhole on the planet with the ACO Pro Series qualifier here in Branson, Missouri. Marcus, the new guy, Y Brew, signing off with Chris Seabags Reese. Until next time.